guess we have to talk about it, don't we? We're not talking about Antoine Roussel being sick, and we're not talking about my poll from yesterday, which, thank you very much, guys, for participating in that poll. We got close to 300 votes and a lot of positivity in the comments. I really appreciate the support, and we also got a lot of educational takebacks from the poll itself as regards to how you guys listen to my videos. So, other than that, though, this right here is... oh man, this is another Vancouver Canucks rumor. It's not necessarily a trade rumor, it's more of a free agent rumor. Listen to the Bobcast on TSN, the Trade Center edition from yesterday, and you might have heard this little piece. We're talking about potential free agents and Artemi Panarin, because he has already expressed that he wants to explore free agency. Bob McKenzie had his own little piece on this about this subject yesterday. Panarin has Canada on a no-fly list, with the exceptions of Toronto and Vancouver, for what their cities bring. This is for the summer, not at the deadline. Obviously, the Leafs can't afford him, for what he'll cost, but Vancouver could be an interesting destination that isn't being talked about versus the usual suspects of the Kings, the Rangers, the Panthers, and the Lightning. Now, this is huge, and this one particularly has a little bit more merit because it is coming from the Bob father himself. Bob McKenzie doesn't speak without some sort of security behind his words, and for that reason he's one of the most trusted, most reliable sources of hockey insider information here. So the fact that he is saying that Panarin could be interested in Vancouver certainly has some fuel behind the fire. Now, obviously, we already talked about it. The two teams that Panarin would have wanted to consider for the Canadian side of the border, we got ourselves Vancouver and Toronto. The Leafs, no. I already made a video about Panarin to the Leafs a while ago, and that was before they signed Austin Matthews. You might even remember the thumbnail of that video. It's basically the same jersey swap that I've put for this Vancouver iteration of this video. But the Leafs, nah, you can't sign Panarin if you're the Leafs. He's gonna cost too much. You've already got the big fish free agent in Tavares last year. You don't have room for the other one if you want to fit him under your cap. It's not gonna work like that. And for the Vancouver Canucks, well, we already have guys that we're going to need to pay. Besser is gonna need money soon. Pettersson, Hughes, these guys are all gonna get big contracts by the time the 3, 4, 5 year mark comes along. Horvat's already on a pretty good deal. Honestly, I think it's pretty alright, but we do have other contracts that do need to be signed as well. Obviously, Edler is a guy that comes to mind right away. On top of this, we do have some pieces that are not necessarily the most favored amongst the fan base. We could say Sutter, Goodbranson, etc. These guys are taking up money too. But the bottom line is, if the Vancouver Canucks wanted to sign Panarin, they probably could. Just financially speaking. And let's talk about the what if for a second, because Panarin, Besser, Pettersson, oh boy, that would be an amazing first line. Oh boy, just thinking about it gets me all giddy. No disrespect to Levo and Ryan Spooner and all these other guys that have paired up with Pettersson and Besser, but Panarin, if he's here, everybody can kind of see that it's amazing for the offensive production. Imagine that power play. Ooh, my goodness. Horvat, Pettersson, Besser, Panarin, Hughes. 3 lefties, 2 righties. It's amazing, and it all works out. Feels pretty good, man. But honestly, I don't necessarily know if this is the biggest fish that Panarin would want to chase after. Because obviously, we've already talked about the other options, and options that have specifically been so, let's just say, talked about over the past few months. The Kings, the Rangers, and the 2 Florida teams. He's got a fiancé or a girlfriend or something that's a model. He's wanting a nice lifestyle that's got a lot of flair to it, and these big cities in America could probably provide him that. Not saying that Vancouver wouldn't. I mean, we got ourselves some pretty cold winters up here. We got ourselves some pretty hot summers over here. We've got ourselves a nice open environment that's got itself a lot of casting opportunities. You can sign up as an extra to be in many Vancouver filmed shoots all across the area, and you get quite a bit of money too. Now, I'm not using that as a plug or whatever, but Vancouver's got itself its fair share of media opportunities and a good lifestyle if you're looking to live downtown. especially if you have the money. So Panarin coming over to Vancouver would be pretty cool. He'd have a nice lifestyle, and the Vancouver Canucks would love his presence, but I just don't personally see it happening. I see him choosing a bigger fish, a bigger city like LA or New York. If it's the larger-than-life, extravagant lifestyle that he's chasing after, I think those cities would provide that as well. And Florida, man, there are some crazy Florida men out there, but they've got some pretty good weather. Also, aside from it being a karst landscape and having the potential to form sinkholes everywhere, Florida is a pretty good place to live too. But Vancouver? Man, Panarin, if you want to come over here, buddy, we'd love you as much as we love our Swedish rookies over here. The core going forward could be held by Panarin, Pettersson, and Besser. That would be amazing. I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen, but it would be amazing. And that's basically it, right? That's the conclusion that everybody has. I'm not special in the way I say this. Everybody knows that Panarin coming over here would be cool, but I don't think it's happening. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is Richard Blas, and that's Gaming, and bye.